Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Yesterday we learned about linear programming, so already done. Try to do the assignment that given to you. Now we continue sequence here. Can you see the slide? Okay, so get here. What do you mean by sequence? Anyone have any idea what is sequence? Anyone have any idea what is sequence? Please respond. Do you have any idea about sequence? Do you actually hear me? Oh, you cannot hear me.
Boleh, madam.
Saya tanya, tahu tak apa tu sequence? Seramai 16 orang ni. Tahu tak tahu?
Tak tahu, madam.
You akan pernah belajar sequence jujukan dulu kat sekolah. Jujukan nombor. What is jujukan nombor?
Number after number.
So you have sequence of numbers, right? So that's the meaning of sequence of numbers. You have a sequence of number. You have a list of number. That's why we call sequence. Let's say that maybe you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or maybe you have 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So it's a list of a number. That's why we call sequence. Jujukan nombor, number after number. Okay, but you have two sequence here. It's either arithmetic or geometric. Okay, how to identify arithmetic and geometric? Okay, so arithmetic is the sequence of number that you plus the same number from the first. It means that if you look at the first sequence here, what is the same number that you add? From 1 to become 2, from 2 to become 4, 3, 3 to become 4, 4 to become 5. What number that you add here?
+1.
Okay, +1. So it means that you can see that all the numbers you need to +1 to get the next number. So this is +1, here also +1, you are also +1 here, +1 here. So until infinity, until they ask you to stop. Okay, until n. So that's why we call arithmetic, because you plus the same different. So this one we call as the different. Different, it means that numbers before minus, numbers after minus numbers before. That is the difference. 5 minus 4 is 1. 2 minus 1 also 1. Okay, so that's what we call as different. So if you are using different, it means that arithmetic. Arithmetic sequence, it means that you add the same number to get the new number. That is arithmetic. How about geometric? Geometry, it means that you multiply the same number. So if you look at here, what number that you multiply from 2 to become 4?
Square.
Hmm.
Darab 2, madam.
And times 2. 4 times 2, you become 8. 8 times 2, you're going to be 16. 16 times 2, going to be 32. So you are multiplying the same number. This is what we call ratio. Okay, in exam also, they will not inform you, is it arithmetic or is it geometric? They will ask you what is the value at 10, value at 20. So you need to know first, the sequence using D or the sequence using R. Okay, if you look at second sequence here, where if you say that I want to use D, so if you look at here, 2 plus 2, you're gonna get 4. 4, you plus 4, only then you get 8. 8 plus 8, you're gonna get 16. So you can see that this one cannot be different because the numbers is not the same. So you cannot plus the same number. So this one is impossible to become arithmetic. Okay, you got what I mean? Boleh tak?
Madam, one more time, madam. One more time. How to
What do you
differentiate
mean one more
between
time?
arithmetic and progression. And geometric.
Arithmetic, you only can add the same number to get a new number. Let's say that your difference here is 4. If your first number here is 7, so the next number is what? Where's the next number? If the
11,
difference is
madam.
4. Okay, after that,
15,
after that,
19,
okay, after that.
23.
So you continue until n. Okay, so it means that between the numbers, the difference is D. Okay, that is arithmetic. How about sequence? Sequence, let's say that your ratio here is 4. No. The ratio here also, okay. The ratio also 4. We start with the 7 here. Okay, then the next number.
So, 7 need to multiply by 4, madam.
Mhm.
28.
Okay. And then the next one.
112.
The next one.
448.
Okay, so you can see that the difference between arithmetic and geometric. Even you are using the same value here and the same first number here. You can see the sequence is going to be different number, right? You cannot say that this one is arithmetic, the second one here, because if you look at it, 28 minus 7, you get 21. This one, the difference here, 112 minus 28. Then you get the difference is 84. This one, the difference when you minus here, 448 minus 112. Then you get here 336. So you can see that the difference of the numbers is not the same. So this one cannot be. This sequence cannot be arithmetic because the difference is not the same. It must be geometric. It's how you identify. Okay?
Okay, madam.
Okay. Okay, this is the linear outcome. You can read this one. Okay, so in the sequence, I just told you, right? You have T1, T2, T3. So just now, what is your sequence? Just now it's a 7. We are using arithmetic. Okay, okay, let's see the arithmetic here. The first it should be 7, 28. I don't know. Cannot be 28. This is multiply. This is 11 because 7 plus 4 is 11. Gonna be 15. It's gonna be 19, 23. Okay, so what do you mean by this? It means that this is number at the first value. Okay, first place we call as T1. Number as the first place. Numbers at the second place, T2. Numbers at the third place, T3. Value at the third is 15. You have to differentiate between the 3 here and the 15 here. The 3 refer to the place. The 15 is referred to the value. Boleh faham?
Boleh.
Okay. So that's why when they said that, please calculate T10. What do you mean by that?
Nombor yang ke-10.
Nombor yang ke-10 nilai dia berapa? Itu maksud dia. Okay, so that's why they will write down something like this. T1, T2, T3, T4. You do until sampai T10. Nilai dia berapa? You tambahlah manually. Okay, but sometimes, most all the time, the T1 also we consider as A. A is referring to T1. Kalau the formula dia tulis A, right? So A tu refer to T1. Nilai at the first place. Okay. So example here, arithmetic. Okay, just now I told you, right? The difference must be value after minus value before. Okay, it must be the same. Kalau dia cakap sini, T3 tolak T2 sama juga dengan T4 tolak T3. Kalau saya cakap kat sini T100 tolak T berapa? Nak dapatkan nilai T yang sama.
T99.
T99. Okay, tak kisah tempat dia berapa. Selepas tolak sebelum. Not sebelum tolak selepas. It must be selepas tolak sebelum. That is your D. Okay, so example that given to you here. So you can see that the difference here between the numbers is 4. Because 4 plus 4 you can 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. Okay, but sometimes your difference also can be negative. So if you look at the sequence here, it's going to become smaller value. Why? Because the difference is negative. Because you plus negative value. So it's going to be lesser and lesser. Or maybe the difference is in fraction. Also can. Okay, so different can be positive, can be negative, can be fraction. But must be the same number. Okay. All right, now we are using formula here. For arithmetic, we have two formulas. We call it as Tn and also Sn. So what's the difference between Tn and Sn? Tn, it means that you want to find the value at T10. Value at T10. That's the meaning. But S10, what do you mean by S10? S10, it means that total value from T1 until T10. That's the difference between S10 and T10. You plus all. Sum, it means that you plus all start from the first value. Okay. The meaning first. The formula I will explain later. The meaning. I want you to know the meaning. Remember the meaning. Are we good?
Steady, madam.
Okay. Let's say that this one. Okay. So they will give you this sequence. You know that this one must be your first value. This must be your second value. This must be your third value here. And then they ask you the T10 here. Okay, you know that the formula of T10, Tn, it must be A plus N minus 1 D. Okay, when you are using the formula of T10 here, what is the A value? A is the first value. What was it?
Tu, madam. Alamak.
Okay. Betul. Tu. N berapa?
N-nya
10.
10, tapi tak ada 1.
Okay. Okay. N is 10. 10 tak ada 1 berapa?
9.
Okay. Now the difference between the numbers here.
8.
Then when you press your calculator, how much you can get?
Madam.
Okay. So it means that the value at the 10 will be 74. But how about Sn? S10 here. So you know the formula of Sn, it should be n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d. That's the formula. So S10 going to be n is
10, madam.
10.
10.
So 10 over 2 multiplied by 2a is
2.
okay plus n minus 1.
9.
Okay, the difference is
8.
okay. Then you find the value. How much I get? How much?
Saya dapat 380 kan?
Betul. Okay, what do you mean by S10? It means that this is the meaning of when you plus T1 plus T2 until T10. You plus all the numbers. This is how you get 380. Okay. How about the B? Try to the B one. So this one, you know A should be 30. How about D? What is the difference?
-7 kan?
-7. Okay, so find the theta. What is A? A is 30. A, because you are using this formula, the same formula here. A plus n minus 1 is berapa?
11, madam.
How about D?
D -7.
Then you get the value.
-47, madam. Bukan.
Yeah. Okay. -47. Now how about Sn? Using the same formula here. As 12, it's going to be 12 over 2. 2 multiplied by 30 plus 11 multiplied by -7. How much going to be?
-102, madam. Betul.
Okay. Anyone have a question for this example? Good. Okay tak? Can I proceed?
Bisa, madam.
Alright. Okay. So if you have this one, this is your first term, this is your last term. They're asking you find the sum of all the term. Find the numbers of the term. They're asking you find the n and find the Sn. So how are you gonna get? This is last value. What is the last place here? Because you know this is 1, this is 2, this is T1, this is T2, this is T3, but you don't know the n here. Then what should you do? How to find the n? Because you know only the last place, the value at n must be 67. And then you know that the formula should be Tn equals to A plus n minus 1d. So the 67 here, how you substitute in the formula? Where is the 67 place? Where you want to substitute?
Dekat depan tak boleh, madam.
Memang kena letak kat depan lah. Sebab 67 ni nilai pada Tn. So when you substitute in the formula here, the 67, it should be on the left side. Because Tn is equals to 67. Nilai dekat n adalah 67. Itu maksud dia. But we don't know the n yet. Okay, how about A? A must be first term, right? So which is A berapa? 12. Okay. How about n? We still don't know, right? So n minus 1. How about T? The difference, 12 and 17.
5, madam.
Okay. Then you have all the value here. Use algebra, find the n. how you use
Expand
the
dulu tu.
algebra. Huh?
Expand dulu tak?
You can expand, but for me, why you are wasting your time? You can straight away. This is positive, right? You cross over, you're going to be negative. So 67 minus 12. How much you going to get? 55, right? So this n plus 1 multiplied by 5. This is multiplication. When you cross over, be divided, right?
Equal to 5, madam.
Equal to 5.
55 bagi 5 eh?
Ah,
11. Relax.
okay. Okay, and then n plus 1. So plus 1, when you cross here,
Ada 10, madam.
so maksudnya nilai pada tempat ke-10 adalah 67. Okay, now they're asking you Sn. So Sn formula, it should be n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d. You can use this formula, or you can use another formula. Sn equals to n over 2 a plus l. So L is what? As L is the value of the last term. So L is 67. You can use the second formula. Okay, but I'm explaining the first formula lah. You can use that one. This one, you are using the first one or the second one, you got the same answer. You can try if you want to try. This one, erase this one first. And then I substitute the value, you calculate. You're going to get the same answer here. So here, let's say that here is what? And it's a 10 over 2. 2 multiplied by 12 plus 9 multiplied by 5. And then here is 10 over 2. First number is 12 plus the last number is 67. Both of these, you're going to get the same answer. Betul tak? So you're going to get 395. The other one also you have to get 395. It means that 24 plus 9 times 5 times 5. Hey, can I get not get the same? 9
Madam.
times 5 plus 24 times 5. 3, 4, 5, this one. 12 plus 67 times 5. What's the formula just now? Vida? N over 2, 2a, and minus 1d. 2a and minus 1d. N over 2, a plus l, right? N over 2, a plus l. A, the first number, plus L, the last number. 67 plus 12 is 79 times 2 times 5. 395. This is 2 times 12 plus 9 times 5 and then times 5. Right, this is 345. Do you get the same as mine here? Wait, you get the same answer. You got to check the formula. Sometimes the formula that given to you is wrong. N over 2 to a n minus 1. N is 10, right? Just now? N is 12. Why is it 10? N you dapat berapa tadi? 67. Kenapa you dapat 12? En is equals to a plus n minus 1 d. This one is 67 equals to a is 12 plus n minus 1 d. So the d is 5. So this is 55 equals to n minus 1 d. N minus 1 is 11. N is 12, not 10. Sorry, wrong. Okay. So that's why this is 12. This is 11. This is 12. Then you get the same answer. So this is 474. This one also 474. You get the same. Sama tak? Okay. Boleh tak?
Boleh, madam.
Okay. Now, how about this one? They ask you here, find the minimum numbers of the term if you have this sequence and the sum must be more than 120. How you write down this? The sum here Sn or Tn? Sn or Tn?
SN, madam.
Okay, Sn. How about more than? Is it the notation should be like the first one, the second one, the third one, or the fourth one?
The second one, madam.
Okay, the second one. Okay, Sn is more than 120. That is the statement. Okay, so after you have the statement, you know the formula, right? Double check first. This one. Because they only give you sequence, you need to double check. Is it arithmetic or is it geometric? So 8 to become 16, you plus 8. 16, if you plus 8, do you get 24? Yes, 24. You plus 8, you get 32. So you know that this is arithmetic because you are plus the same number. Okay, then you use sum formula for arithmetic. Okay, the sum formula should be n over 2 2a plus n minus 1 d must be larger than 120. Okay, and then you substitute the a and d because you know that a must be 8, d must be 8. So you write down here n over 2. This is 2 times 8 plus n minus 1, and then this also 8. 120. So simplify the equation here. on the left side. How you want to simplify this one? Open all the bracket one by one. How's it gonna be? When you open the bracket. Macam mana? Apa yang jadi belah kiri tu? Dia jadi macam ni. N over 2. 8 times 2. 8 times 2.
16.
Hah? 12.
16, madam.
16. Tambah 8n minus 8. Larger than 120. So it's going to be n over 2. It's going to be 8 plus 8n larger than 120. And then you expand. You're going to be here 8n plus 8n square over 2 larger than 120. It's going to be 8n plus 8n square is larger than 240. And then here going to be 8n plus 8n square minus 240 must be larger than 0. Right? Factorize this one. How you factorize this one?
X minus 5. Lagi 1. X plus 6, madam. Betul.
Okay, so going to be n minus 5 and then n plus 6 is going to be larger than 0. Okay, make sure that you know how to factorize using calculator. Okay, so you have two values here. N minus 5 larger than 0 and should be larger than 5. This is one. Another one is n plus 6 larger than 0 and larger than negative 6. So which one that you choose? You choose n larger than 5 or n larger than negative 6?
And larger than 5, madam.
Because n cannot be negative. N start from 0. We don't start n from negative. Okay, so n must be larger than 5. So we choose this one. So n larger than 5, it means that n equals to what? When the n is larger than 5. N equals to? What is the value after 5?
6, madam.
Okay, so final answer is n equals to 6.
Madam,
Uh-huh.
nak tanya kenapa N sama dengan 6 pula ni, madam?
Sebab n besar, N lebih besar daripada 5. Lebih besar daripada 5 apa?
Oh, ambil satu nombor lah.
Yelah sebab dia cakap minimum kan? Paling rendah ni.
Oh, kat situ. Soalan kedua
Mhm.
tu. Baik,
Hmm.
kenapa step sebelah kiri dia 240 tu bila bawa ke kiri dia dia jadi apa? Negatif 240 more than 0. Kenapa jadi more than 0 pula tu ada?
Ini tak berubah. Sebab ini positif. When you cross is negative, right?
Okey.
Mhm.
Yang datang ni kosong tu.
Dah tak ada nombor kan? Kosong lah.
Oh, dia tak boleh buat sama dengan kosong ada.
Dah tak boleh dengar sama dengan kosong sebab istilahnya that larger kan?
Macam tu.
Aha.
Okey, dah. Siap.
Alright. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay, how about this one? This is application. Okay, let's say that you are borrowing 10,000. Okay, and then interest is 1% per month. Okay, every month you pay. Okay, but you plus also the interest. Okay, so that's why he's saying that you are repaying 1,000 a month plus the interest. Okay, you don't need to write down the formula first. Just find the final payment. That is the easiest one. The last payment. How many times that you pay? This one no common sense. You borrow 10,000. You are paying 1,000 a month. How many months that you are paying?
Sepuluh.
Yes, 10 kali lah. Satu kali, satu bulan 1,000. Berapa bulan? 10,000. 10 bulan. Maksudnya awak punya N adalah 10. Okay. Okay, bulan pertama. T1 is bulan pertama. Which is you are paying 1,000 plus the interest is 1% from the 10,000. How much gonna be? How much that you are paying for the first month?
1,110 kan?
Okay. 1,110. 1% daripada 10,000 is 100 kan? RM1,100 kan? 1%, 0.01 darab 10,000 is 100 and then you plus 1,000 is 1,100. That is the first payment. How about your second payment? The 1,000 here plus 1% from how much? What is the outstanding balance here? You dah bayar 1,000. Pokok you hutang berapa lagi? Balance after you bayar 1,000, you pinjam 10,000, you bayar 1,000. Balance berapa?
9.
9,000. So, bulan kedua you bayar berapa? Berapa?
RM1,090 kan?
Okay. And the third month, because you want to know the difference, right? So 1,000 here plus 1% from what? 8,000. So how much gonna be?
$1,080.
Okay. So now you can see the difference here. Different from the first and the second one is $10. This one also $10, but it's not positive, it's negative. Be careful. Because it's getting lesser and lesser. So from here, you know that your first A is 1,100 and the D here is -10. Final payment, it means that T10. So you have A plus n minus 1 D, which is A is 1,100 plus 9 multiplied by -10. Last payment is how much?
Dia dapat 1010, betul kan?
Yes. So last payment is 1010. Okay, you can, this is actually, arithmetic and geometry is actually the basic formula when you want to calculate the simple interest, compound interest, annuity. Because all the formula of the interest is must be basic from arithmetic and geometric sequence. Okay. Okay, before I give you break, I need you to scan first. Wait, Okay, please scan. This is for the first 1 hour. Later, I will give you another QR.
Madam, saya tak dapat scan.
What's your name?
Muhammad Farhan.
Hmm?
Muhammad
Who?
Farhan.
Muhammad Farhad. Okay.
Madam, can you take my name?
What is your name?
Ahmad Hakim.
Ahmad.
Ahmad
Huh?
Hakim.
Amar.
That one. Ahmad Hakim bin
Which?
Kamal Rahman.
Oh, okay.
Farhan yang kat bawah
Hmm?
tadi. Tadi Madam
Huh?
tanda Farhan.
Saya tak ingat yang saya tanda. Mana?
Muhammad Farhan. Muhammad
Muhammad
Farhan bin
Farhan.
Is.
Oh, ada 2 Farhan ke? Dia. Okay.
Kedua.
Alright. Hmm.
Saya tak ada scan juga.
Nama awak apa?
Nurul Nafisa.
Nurul Nafisa.
Hmm.
Okay.
Alright.
Madam,
Hmm.
madam saya tak nak scan kat madam.
What's your name?
My name is Muhammad Rafai.
Ahmad Rafai. Okay. So both Farhan ada kan? Farhan Aiman dengan Farhan kan? Okay. So you're gonna have a break. Then you come back at 10, 5 minutes. We continue. Okay, later.
Bisa, madam.
Huh? Bisa, okay. You come back at 10, 5 minutes, huh? Okay.
My love. Sorry.
Okay, now we continue here. Okay, let's say that here it's saying that if you look at the statement here, they will give you, they ask you to find the first term, which is A, and then they ask you also the D. Okay, what is A and what is D? If you have arithmetic, the fourth term is 33 and the 10th term is 120. So what do you mean by this? It means that for this one, term at 4 is 33. That's the meaning. Here, term at 10 is 120. That's the meaning. But you know the formula that given to you. You know the Tn formula. It should be A plus. What happened to my pen? A plus n minus 1. B. Okay. So you are using this formula and substitute the value. So you're going to get this one. This is your T4. So here you can see that your T4 here is, this is the formula. Okay, and then this is T10. And then you can use substitute or you can use elimination. You find the value of A and you find the value of D. You still remember, right? Substitute and elimination. Make sure that you remember. You substitute or you eliminate. But the step here, they are using elimination because they want to eliminate the A. Okay? All right. Now, if you look at here, the statement here is saying that it's hard. Monthly salary is 1250 on the first year and increment is only $80. So what do you mean by this? It means that the A is 1250. That is on the first year. Okay, after that, the increment is $80. So increment means that the difference because you increase every year is $80. Okay, now they're asking you T time. So using the formula T10, it should be A1250 plus n minus 1 is 9, D is 80. So on the 10 years, his salary is only how much? So his salary after 10 years of his service is only 1970, not even 2000 yet, after 10 years. Okay. So this example, they give it to you, given that you have the first value as B, C, D, E, and the last value. And then they ask you to find in the middle value. So you know from the equation here, A is 15, the last value is 30. But what is the place here? Because this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and this is the seventh. It means that your n here is 7. You substitute n equals to 7 and the Tn is 30. So you have this. And then you also have A. You substitute A into the equation. Then you get your D. Okay, your D is 15 over 6. So it means that 15 plus 15 over 6, you're going to get 17 1 over 2. 1 over 17 1 over 2, you plus 15 over 6, you're going to get 20. So you plus the same number, which is 15 over 6. This is how you get the value of S, B, C, D, and E. Okay. Okay, example 1.8. here in the content, you have 10 finalists here. First winner, you can get 800. So 10 finalists. Second winner, 740. The third winner is 680. So it means that all of this is a sequence. Okay, so first term gonna be 800, second term is gonna be 740, the third term is 680. So you can see the difference here. Double check, is it the same one or not? This is minus 60, this also minus 60. Okay, so from the sequence, you know that A is 800, D is negative 60. Then they ask you total sum of many. It must be the total. So you are using Sn. So Sn equals to n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d. So you total first, second, third, all the prices, cash prices. So you're going to be here 10 over 2. 2 times a is 800 plus n minus 1. And is what? 10. So 10 minus 1 is 9. And the difference here is negative 60. So how much going to be here? So 9 minus negative 60 plus 2 times 800. And then you times 5. So total should be 5,300. Okay. Then how about geometric sequence? Arithmetic sequence, you plus the same number. Geometric sequence, you multiply the same number. So that's why you can see here, we using ratio. Ratio, it means that number after divided by number before. It must be the same one. Okay, so that's geometric sequence. So if you look at this example, you can see that 1 times 2, you get 2, 2 times 2, you get 4, 4 times 2, you get 8. So you can see that the ratio here is 2. Ratio can be positive, can be negative, can also be fraction. Negative fraction also can. Okay. So for the arithmetic just now, arithmetic, the formula for the Tn is a plus n minus 1d, right? But for geometric, the formula is Tn equals to a r power of n minus 1. A multiplied by r power of n minus 1. Okay, so you're going to see the difference here. Okay, and then be careful with this formula. Example, if you have T10 here, A, let's say that 2, and then here 3 power of 10 minus 1. So it should be 2, 3 power of 9. Be careful, because some of you in exam, you simply write down 6 power of 9, which is wrong. Because the 9 here, it's only to belong to 3. You don't multiply 3 with a 6 with 2. Okay, because the 9 is belong to 3 only. So if you multiply 2 times 3, then become like this, so you're going to be wrong. So you have to be careful. Even though they don't put the bracket here, but you have to remember n minus 1 is only belong to R. You have to be careful. Okay, that is the term in geometric. And how about Sn? So we have two formula for Sn. Okay, we have two formulas. This one, I think they forgot about it. E here. It should be E. So it's either this one or this one. You should get the same answer. Okay. All right. Mhm. Okay. So example given to you here. So double check. Is it geometric sequence? Because 15 divided by 5, you get 3. 45 divided by 15, you get 3. 135 divided by 45 also is a 3. So you can see that your R here is 3. Okay. And then A obviously is 5. So they're asking you the 8 and the 10. How to find the value here? So the T8 here, you're gonna be, remember the formula. Formula should be Tn equals to AR power of n minus 1. So T8 gonna be, this is 5 multiplied by 3 power of 7. And then T10, it should be 5 multiplied by 3 power of 9. There you find the value here. So 3 power of 7, then multiply by 5. That's how you get. So 10935. And then here 3 power of 9 multiplied by 5. It's going to be 98,415. And then sum of the first 8. For the B here, you're using as n. It's going to be A R power of n minus 1 divided by R minus 1. So S8 is going to be, A here is going to be 5. This one. R here is 3 power of 8 minus 1. This one. 3 minus 1. So this is how you're going to get 3 power of 8 minus 1. And then multiply by 5. And then divide it by 2. So you're going to get 16,400. Okay. Now they ask you find the n. Because you know this is the first, this is the second, this is the third, and this is the n. The last term value is 39,000. But you know the last term formula, it should be A power of R power of n minus 1. So the 39,000 is for the value of Tn. So that's why you substitute here. And then here. Then how you get the 10 here? Okay, I do one by one here. Okay, so it's going to be 39,366 is equals to 2 multiplied with the 3 power of n minus 1. Okay, this one, please don't write something like 6n minus 1. Wrong, huh? You don't multiply 2 and 3. Please don't do like that. Okay, it's wrong. This is multiplication, two different number. Okay, so 2 crossover. It means that 39366 you divide it by 2. Then you get 3 power of n minus 1. 39366 divided by 2, you get 19683. It's equals to 3 power of n minus 1. Okay, this one. this is index. When you want to make it index as a normal index, you put in front, but you need to introduce log. Okay, so what happened? You put in front of the number 3, and then for the number 3, you press log 3. On the left side also, you introduce log 19683. Okay, because this is multiplication. When you cross over, it's gonna be divided. So that's why here gonna be log 1968 divided by log 3. It's equals to n minus 1. So make sure that when you press this, you're gonna get 9. Press your calculator, you should get 9. This is how you get your 10 here. 9 plus 1 is gonna be 10. Okay. So and they ask you calculate sum of the term. So once you get n equals to 10, you just substitute in the formula. Then you get 59,048. Okay, now we go for the next one. They ask you find the minimum number of the term must be taken from the sequence. So sum is more than 300. So you know that this is sum. So when you write down the sum here, it's going to be Sn more than 300. But for the sequence here, you must check. Is it arithmetic or geometric? As we look at here, 3, 12, 48, 192. So the difference here is a 12 minus 3. You get 9, the difference here. Okay, this is 48 minus 12. You're going to get 36. So it cannot be arithmetic because the difference is not the same. Okay, so let's say we are using geometry. Okay, so 12 divided by 3, you get 4. 48 divided by 12, you're going to get 4. 192 divided by 48, you also get 4. So this one going to be ratio because you divided. So you are using geometric formula. Okay, Sn for geometric. Sn for geometric, it should be A r power of n minus 1 divided by r minus 1 is larger than 300. Then you substitute. You substitute the A value, which is 3. R here must be 4 power of, we don't know n, minus 1. And then here, divided by 3, larger than 300. Simplify first. You try simplify by yourself first. Can you simplify that equation? Anyone can simplify? Okay. So how you simplify this one? Anyone have any idea to simplify? Oh no one.
Betul. Ada
Huh?
madam.
Macam mana?
First step saya dapat yang more than 300 tu jadi more than 900 madam.
Okay. So you said that you cross this one to the right side lah. Okay, so you're gonna be here. I write down here lah. So you're gonna be 3, 4 power of n minus 1 is larger than 900. Alright. After that,
So expand jadi 12.
no, you cannot
Bukan.
do like that. I told you just now you cannot multiply 3 multiplied by 4 power of n jadi 12n. Tak boleh. So what should you do?
Kalau N tu try and error je tak boleh mana.
Tak boleh. You have to give me why. Because you need to know the sequence lah. Jawapan dia tu. Boleh you try and error. Dapatlah markah final answer. 1 markah. Working punya tak ada. Number 3 is multiply, right? With the
Yes.
bracket. Okay, so when you cross number 3, you're going to be what?
Bahagi.
So you're going to be how much? This is going to be 4 power of n minus 1 is larger than 300. Because 900 you divided by 3. Then, what number
Pakai
you
log
can cross?
madam.
Huh?
Pakai log
Before
tadi.
you, okay, if you want to use log, make sure that it's only this number. But you have -1. You need to cross here also. So going to be 4 power of n is larger than 301. Then baru boleh guna log. Okay. So how you use log? N duduk kat depan. Lepas tu log 4. And then larger than log 301. Because this is multiplication, you cross over. So n must be larger than log 301 divided by log 4. How much going to be when you press your calculator?
Madam, saya ada masalah kalkulator ni.
Calculator awak kenapa?
Warna putih. Sebab lepas log tu dia ada 2 bracket kosong.
Okay, bracket yang kecil kat bawah tu, base dia 10. Awak letak 10. Nombor kat bawah yang kecil tu.
Oh. Base dia memang maintain 10 madam. Ke macam ni? Okay. So yang kurungan besar tu masukkan log berapa tu lah. Okay dah.
So you need to have, when you divide it by this, you should have 4.12. Dapat sama tak?
Setuju.
Okay. So N should be berapa?
And should be 4 ada. 5.
N should be 5. Okay. So memang kena buat satu-satu. Start with the statement. Lepas tu expand the formula. And then use the log. Okay, you do one by one. Memang kena practice formula tu. Okay. Alright. So this one is more on the solving the problem. Okay, so you can see here, Maimunah save 1,000 in the saving account, pay you 8% compounded annually. So every year, they can increase 8%. So find the amount in her account at the end of 5 years. Okay. So if you look at here, they are starting here, year 0 is 1. Okay. But normally, for me, I prefer T1. T1 is after 1 year of investment, how much money in the account? Because it's 1,000 here. Okay. That is the original amount plus the 8% from 1,000. How much going to be? At the end of, contohnya nak bagi clear, January you letak 1,000 dalam ASB. At the end of the year, December, baru ASB bagi dividend kan? So the dividend that given to you is 8%. So on the December itself, baru you dapat. So how much is the money in the account after ASB bagi you 8% profit?
1,080.
1,080. Okay. And then on the second year, on the December next year, in your account you have 1,080 already. And then the 8% from 1,080. So how much gonna be?
1166.4.
1166.4. And then on the third year, 1166.4 plus the 8% here, from 1166.4. How much?
One two 1259.71.
1. Okay. So you have 3 sequence number dah. Then you double check within the 3 sequence here. 1080, 1166 and 1259. Okay. Is it arithmetic or is it geometric? You are plus the same number or you multiply the same number?
Apa minus soalan dia?
Awak punya sequence sekarang ni is 1080 first term. Second term is 1166 and then the third term is 1259. So check this sequence. Is it arithmetic or is it geometric? Arithmetic ke geometric?
Geo, madam.
So what is your R here? 1.08, right? So you know that your A is 1080 and then your R here is 1.08. Okay, so find the amount in her account at the end of 5 years. After 5 years, so it's going to be T5. After 5 years of investment, it's going to be A R power of n minus 1. So A here is 1080. R here is going to be 1.08. Power of 5 minus 1 is going to be 4. How much going to be? You get the same answer.
Same. Sama.
Okay. So this one, if you are using T1 as 1080, but the example solution that given to you, they are using A is 1000. Okay. This one, the end should be 6. So that's why it's power of 5. You get the same answer also. Mine, we compare. Here's mine. Mine, I'm using my A here is 1080 and my N here is 5. I will get this. But if you are using A as 1000, your N should be 6. You get the same answer. Okay, so you don't confuse with the one that in the solution. You're going to get the same. Okay. All right. So how about this one? We have a few slides to go. All right. So how about this one? The third term is 360. Again, the sixth terms is 1215. So you know how to write down here. It should be T6 is 360. No, the T33. So T6 is 1215. Okay, but you know the formula of Tn? It should be AR power of n minus 1. Then you write down the sequence.
Kita ada 2 unknown, madam.
Yes. A and R. Find both.
So, either eliminate atau
Yes.
substitute lah.
Yes. So are you using substitute or you are using elimination? Guna substitute ke guna elimination? Equation 1 and equation 2. If I want to use, let's see that elimination. I want to eliminate my A. What should I do? Should I divide or should I minus the equation? Anyone? Should I divide or should I minus? Good, Nafisa. Anyone have any idea?
Bahagi, madam.
Huh?
Minus.
How you minus? Bahagi ke minus?
Bahagi.
You have to divide. Because kat sini, A darab dengan R. Ini pun A darab dengan R. You cannot minus, you need to divide. It means that this 6 you divided by C3. Equation 2 divided by equation 1. A divided by A is 1. R power of 5 divided by R power of 3. And then here is 1215 divided by 360. So R power of 5 divided by R power of 3. How much will it be? Index number. You already learned that one during your high school. Form 2. What happened when the R power of 5 divided by R power of 3? What happened to the index number? What happened to the index? Mama Hakim?
Sekejap madam, saya tengah masalah nak cucuk charger. Sekejap, dia tak detect pula laptop saya ni.
Okay, how about Fateh? What happened? Fateh? Oh, Fateh. Or maybe Hilmi. What happened here? What happened to the R, Hilmi? What happened to the index? Balkis. Ni I panggil nama ni senyap-senyap. Ni ada ke tak ada sebenarnya? Hmm? I will not explain again in the class later. If you don't understand, you don't understand. That's it. I will not explain again. Because I'm not wasting my time talking to you, but no response. What happened to the index?
Index jadi lock ada.
Index tak
Jadi
jadi
lock.
log. When the R power of 5 divided by R power of 3.
Dia jadi
Log.
punca kuasa madam.
Punca kuasa. Dia ada punca kuasa macam mana?
Oh, tak boleh guys.
1.5 madam kan? Ada.
Kenapa dia dapat 1.5?
Sebab kalau ikut yang saya kira ni,
Mhm.
lepas saya divide, lepas 1215 tu, mana sekejap, kalkulator saya sekejap. Lepas saya buat 1215, divide to 360, saya dapat 3.375.
Mhm.
So, saya tekan, apa ni?
Hmm.
3.375 tu dia akan dapat 1.5, betul tak? Ke salah? Tapi
Tak,
ada
kalau
akan,
R kuasa 5 bahagi dengan R kuasa 3. Jadi R kuasa berapa? Okay, 1215. Okay, 1215 you divided by 360. You get the answer 3.375. But the R power of 5 divided by R power of 3. How much going to be?
Jadi R5 tolak R3 ke madam?
tu. Macam tu ke?
So jadi R2.
Ah,
Oh.
Damn.
index dengan index you boleh minus if the variable is the same. Kan ni dah belajar tingkatan 2. Okay, and then to find the R, we just square it. The 3.375 is how you get your R. Berapa square root 3.375?
1.837 madam.
1.837. Lain, kenapa dapat lain? R power of 2 or R power of 3? This is R power of 2. Sorry, my bad. This is R power of 2. Sorry. This is R power of 2. This is R power of 3. This is cube root. Cube root power of 3. 3.375. This is how you get 1.5. Now, kena ingat dalam index, awak pernah belajar kan? Which is kalau A power of X multiplied by A power of Y, because of multiplication, dia akan jadi A power of X plus Y. But if A power of X divided by A power of Y, it's gonna be A power of X minus Y. That is the rule of index. This one you already learned during your high school. Okay, once you have R, you can substitute in the first equation or in the second equation to get the value of A. Okay. Then you get your A is 160 and the R is 3/2. Now we continue. For this one. They're asking you again for what? Oh, the B and C. Once you have your N, you have already your A, you can find the T10 and the S10 using the formula. So that's why your T10 is A R power of 9. Okay. Then S10, use this formula. Then you get the value. Okay. How about this one? How to write down the equation here? So the last statement here, sum of the first 10 terms is 2046. And the common ratio, they give it to you, the R here is 2. So find the A and find sum of the next term. So the statement that given to you here, sum of the 10 is 2046. When you write down, it will be S10, it should be 2046. And then common ratio is 2. And the R here is 2. So they're asking you find the A, find the first term, and to find the next 3 terms. What do we mean by next 3 terms? It means that they're asking you 311 plus, sorry, it's not us, T11 plus T12 plus P13. That's the meaning of sum next 3 terms. Because they already give you sum of 10 from number 1 to number 10, that is 2046. Now they're asking you sum of the next 3 terms. So the next 3 terms should be T11, T12, and T13. So that is the question. That is the data that given to you. Then you solve the problem. How you solve this one?
Gunakan formula S tu.
You have to use the formula of S lah, because they said the S10, right? So you are using the formula of Sn here. And also,
yes.
you know your R here. Sorry, you know your R is 2, and then your N is 10. So R power of 10. So that's why it's going to be here. R power of 10 here. Minus 1. It's a 210. How you get the 210 is, it's not 210. It should be, here is a 2 power of 10 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. That should be like that. This one is wrong. It's a 2 power of 10. It's equals to 2046. And then here gonna be a 2 power of 10. Okay, 2 power of 10 minus 1. How much gonna be here? 2 power of 10 is 1024. It's gonna be 1023. It equals 2046. So a we just divided 2046 divided by 1033. This is how you get your 2 here. Okay, so once you have A, you can find T11, T12, and T13. So T11, it should be AR power of n minus 1. T12, it should be AR 11. T13, it's going to be AR power of 12. And then you plus, because you already have your A and R.
Madam, P12 dia 2048 eh?
Yep. 2 power of 11 and then times 2. 4096.
Kenapa madam?
This one. 4096.
102048 kan.
Yang 10. Baru 2048.
Kalau 12 8192.
So tambah semua sekali. So yang 13 ni dia akan jadi so 11 terhadap 2. So 81 dan 2. Boleh?
Boleh madam.
8192. Then you plus. Or you can use S13 tolak S10. Dia akan dapat jawapan yang sama bila you plus 3 of this. S10 dah given to you. 2046, right? You cari S13. So S13 tolak S10. Also you get the same answer. So you also get 14336. Okay, boleh. Okay, you can start with the assignment for this started. Look at the time. I already changed to 5 p.m. because some of you still confusing with the 12 a.m., 12 p.m. AM, PM pun selalu confused kan. So I changed to become 5 p.m. Make sure that you submit your assignment before 5 p.m.
Madam,
Yes.
1st December kan,
Mhm.
yang assignment kan.
Saya tak pasti. Awak kena check the time.
So
Untuk
lepas ni semua assignment madam buat 5 petang ke madam?
ya, dah susah sangat. Oh, saya ingatkan hari ni. Malas saya nak ingat. Saya buat pukul 5 senang.
Hai madam.
Okay, but I'm gonna get the second attendance, right? Please scan.
It's no. And strawberry, but I don't know which one is which already. A lot of chocolate. Yeah. You can on the table. Sure. Why don't you make sure?
Madam, can you take my name? Wan Khairun Shafika.
This is strawberry.
Thank you, madam.
Wait. Oh, Shafika, not Alia, isn't it?
Wan Khairun Shafika.
Wan Khairun Shafika. Oh, this one.
Thank you, madam.
I will.
Madam, saya ke Alisha Suraya.
Anis. Mana nama awak?
Alisha Suraya.
Alicia Suraya. Okay, wait.
Thank you, madam.
All right. Other than that? No, we're done now. Okay, that's all for today.
Yeah.
So I see you after the break. Okay, do the preparation for the test and also for the midterm.
Baik madam.
Okay, bye-bye. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, madam.
All right.
Thank you, madam. Have a good day.